know this is top notch. Got a 2013 Maxima customer plate. She has a misfire issue. Checked out the vehicle. She has a P0300 code, which is a random misfire. So in this, we're changing out. We're gonna first start off with the ignition coils and the spark plugs. So in order to do this job, you have to, obviously you gotta get the ignition coils. These are the new ones here. And you gotta get this car calls for iridium, spark plugs, benzos. So you need about 6 spark plugs and you need 6 ignition coils. And 1 second. So to get started on this vehicle, you have to first take off this cover, which is 2 10mm bolts. And then it has a little rubber grommet here. You just pop that out from this here. And then you take that cover off. Once you get the cover off, then you could just get the air box, which is right here. It has 1 10mm bolt there. Pop that out, comes right out. And then you got the throttle body. It's gonna have a hose here. It's about an 8mm you take out and pop that out, disconnect all the wires and everything. They're gonna have a 5 Allen bolt. There's gonna be 4 of them. They gotta take out, move that to the side. You don't have to disconnect these lines. Antifreeze comes out of these lines here. So we recommend not touching those lines. So you move that to the side. You got a vacuum line here. You got disconnect from the air intake. And then you have another one. You have 2 more that's on the back side, PCV valve hose. And then you have another one, which is a brake booster hose that goes to the intake. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 10mm bolts that goes on top of the intake, that goes bolts in. Then you have 2 10mm nuts. You take that off. And then you have these bolts here, which is bolted onto the throttle, the air intake, which is also 10mm. So you have 1 here. You have 1 screw here, right there, and then you have this bolt that connects to the throttle body, the air intake. The air intake, and then you have 1 more bolt, which is also a 10. I recommend you to put some rags in here to prevent any dirt, debris getting inside the engine. So what I'm going to do is put some paper towels and stuff them in there so you don't get any dirt and debris in there, because that would be a nightmare. So we do that so we know we're safe, just in case no sockets or anything get in there. So while taking out the spark plugs, I noticed a few spark plugs saturated in oil due to a common issue on these Nissans. The plug O-ring seals, they tend to get hard and brittle, and this causes the oil to seep into the actual tube where the spark plug goes, and it causes also a misfire. So not only that the customer has to change the spark plugs and ignition coils, but we also have to replace the whole valve cover gasket and the whole valve cover, because the plug O-rings do not come separate. So you have to buy the whole valve cover. So we're going to change both valve covers as well. Customer can't do it today, so we have to come back and do it another day. This is a fairly simple job. It costs for 3 hours. Take it to Nissan, they're going to charge you probably almost $1,000 to do the job. We charge about $360 to change out the ignition coils and spark plugs. Again, this is Top Notch Mobile Repair, 2013 Nissan Maxima Sport, and it's a fairly easy job. Just take your time and the job will be done correctly, and you will not have any issues once you take your time. All right. Also note, on the throttle, on the air intake, there's going to be also a bolt back here, which is the high pressure line is going to be this bolt here, which is a 13 millimeter. I thought it was a 12, but it's a 13. Yeah, so we're going to come back with a video here shortly.